Welcome to Love, Lead, Build podcast with your host, Dr. Vincent Edwards, where we encourage leaders to love others, become better leaders, while courageously building the kingdom of God. In part 3, the focus is on how organizations shape the sense of meaning and identity of an individual. People spend an extensive amount of time at work. Factors like the roles they play, their pay, and working conditions significantly influence how individuals perceive themselves. The acceptance into an organization forms the foundation for social identity and purpose, impacting self-perception and how others view them. When the organizational culture aligns with the individual's personal values, it enhances the individual's sense of well-being, while negative conflicts, lead to stress and a weakened sense of self. Positive interpersonal relationships foster belonging, trust, and collaboration, whereas negative ones erode identity and well-being. The importance of cultivating a supportive culture and positive relationships within organizations cannot be overstated. Organizations play a significant role in shaping an individual's sense of meaning and social identities. The average person spends approximately 90,000 hours at work over his or her lifetime or over a 50-year span. Whether we are accepted for a certain position or position with a particular organization, or position with pay as compared to our perceived worth, our working conditions, and future professional outlook all affect how we value and perceive ourselves. This directly affects one's sense of meaning and understanding of how we fit into society or into the group that we're a part of or desire to be a part of. The acceptance of individuals as part of the in-group of an organization offers a framework through which individuals define themselves and derive meaning from their contributions at work. The organization becomes a central reference point for their social identity, influencing how they perceive themselves and the perception they have of how others perceive them. Sometimes, or oftentimes, the effect that organizational culture have on an individual's integrity and identity is overlooked or understated. Organizational culture has a profound impact on an individual's integrity and identity. The culture of the organization refers to the shared values, the beliefs, what's normal, and the practices that shape the behavior and attitudes within the organization itself. Simplified, the organization's culture is often referred to as the way we do things around here. When the culture of the workplace aligns with an individual's personal values and beliefs, it enhances their sense of integrity and congruence between their personal and organizational identities. This alignment fosters a sense of authenticity and psychological well-being. Conversely, a mismatch between personal values and organizational culture can lead to identity conflicts. It can lead to stress and a weakened sense of self, something that's difficult to escape on this earth is interpersonal relationships. And in an organization, interpersonal relationships have a significant impact on an individual's well-being. Positive and supportive relationships contribute to a sense of belonging, a sense of trust, and emotional support. When individuals have meaningful connections with their colleagues, superiors, and subordinates, it enhances their social identity within the organization. These relationships provide opportunities for collaboration, learning, and personal growth, ultimately contributing to a positive work environment and increased job satisfaction, and also have a positive impact on the organization reaching milestones and achieving goals. Conversely, negative or strained interpersonal relationships can have a detrimental effect on an individual's sense of identity and well-being. Toxic relationships or lack of support can erode trust, undermine self-esteem, and lead to feelings of isolation or exclusion, hence outgroup. Such experiences can weaken an individual's identification with the organization and hinder their sense of belonging and engagement. Positive interpersonal relationships also facilitate the transfer of knowledge, skills, and social norms within the organization that produce positive results. Informal networks and social interactions enable the sharing of expertise, mentoring, and the socialization of newcomers. Positive interpersonal relationships contribute to the development of a collective identity and a sense of shared purpose amongst the employees. It is clear that organizations hold a unique role in shaping our personal meaning and social identity. Remember, the relationships we foster within these environments wield immense influence over our ethical decision-making, sense of identity, sense of belonging, and overall well-being. Positive connections strengthen our social identity, while adverse ones can cast a shadow over our experiences. As we conclude today's podcast, let us underline the significance of cultivating a workplace culture that embraces and supports individual identities. And as you go through your week, remember the transformative impact of nurturing positive bonds among colleagues will have on you, your colleagues, and the organization. By doing so, organizations will pave the way for a profound sense of identity, a deeply rooted sense of belonging, and unwavering engagement and commitment among their members. As you go through your week, I urge you to identify the people in the groups and the people in the out groups. Rather, it is a group of family members, co-workers, your local church. Reflect on how you are perceived and received or rejected by each group. In what ways does their inclusion of you into the in group or the exclusion of you to the out group affect you and affect your life? Thanks for listening today. This is Dr. Vincent. I hope today's podcast inspired you to love, lead, and build.